Good morning. Today is Sunday, July 21st, 2024. And this is the weekly Bitcoin price forecast, looking at where Bitcoin went in the last week and where it could potentially go in the future. So this has been a good week overall, a good series of the last 2 weeks. It's been a pretty decent July, actually. Really, if you look at this monthly chart, we've just been ranging and consolidating at the same time. So it's like it's a range, but it's also getting tighter, which usually means that you're about to hit some type of explosive price action. Which is what we're aiming for right now. I think this flush in July, early July, was kind of like that last shakeout before you kind of take off. It was similar in January as well. We can look at that on the weekly chart, but there's usually a big flush down move before you go to the upside. And when it moves like that, it moves pretty quickly. So I think over the next probably 2 or 3 months, we will easily be at 100,000. I mean, what are we in right now? Almost at the end of July. So you have August, September, October. Yeah, I would think by October we'll be at 100K. This move is going to be explosive for sure. Let's take a look at the weekly chart. If you look at that has been booming for sure. The last 2 weeks have been pretty much vertical, going up to the upside. The other time I talked about right here was like this is a much wider kind of consolidation range, but something else that happened right here was in January, right before the ETF lead up. So like the ETF happened right here, price ran up, and then it came down and it just like dumped. And then right after it dumps, it goes on this major move. And I think that's what happens here, right? So you had this major dump down here, and then it just blows up to the upside to continue on and break through these highs. So hopefully, I'm going to show y'all that it's pretty much a bear bull flag, I should say. So let's take a look at this. So we got a couple lines drawn here. You have your long-term support area. You have, this was like a zone right here. I said potentially we could come back down here if we were to go any further. But it seems like at this point that's been invalidated. We've broken several structural points on the daily chart. And we'll kind of look at that when we go to the lower area. But if we look at it, support, actually, let's go back to the monthly chart with these drawings real quick. Look at this support line right here. It came up in 2021. It was resistance here. Resistance once again. It finally broke through this resistance, came to the upside, and now it is flipped support. So you see it's holding price right here. So that's very interesting. Price shot up to the top, came down, and broke through support one time. So that should have been also an indicator that this is a very powerful move at the end of the move. So just to kind of get all these stop losses that are down here, I mean, the market is really pretty much designed to do that. So after that, we've been rocketing to the upside, and let's take a look at this bull flag, because this is what you need to be paying attention to. If you look at this right here, it'll become more clear on the daily chart, but pretty much we're in a bull flag. We are in a bull flag that is primed to go up. So it's just been kind of lollygagging through here for the past really 3 or 4 months, actually. But now we're at the tippy top of that flag, which could lead to a breakout. So I think we've done the hard work of consolidating, but now there are just so many bullish factors leading to the idea that we're just going to keep on going up. Is that it on the weekly chart? Again, we've pretty much been consolidating here. You have the bull flag. You have these levels of support below it. You have like the bottom of this channel. You have the top of this channel. It's just so much traffic right here. A lot of traffic for sure. Daily chart, if we look up to the top, it's the same thing. Same old story, right? And actually, let's see if we can make this a little bit more clean cut. Do I want to move that up here? No, I think that's fine. Yeah, I think that's a pretty good representation of what we got. Maybe move this down a little bit to here. You see it hits the bottom a couple times, and boom, boom, boom. And then now we're at the top of this channel. So if we're not at the top, we're very close. You see it really hasn't moved on Saturday and Sunday. That's normal. Friday was a big move. Monday, I believe, as well, was a big move coming out the gate. Monday, especially after the weekend events with the presidential rally, and then Friday to kind of close out the week too. I think we got some news that the ETF for Ethereum is gonna be released. So it's just everything is bullish. I have never been more bullish in my life, and I've been quite bullish for about a year now. It's just so many factors that are lining up in favor of this asset class. So it's good to see. Is there really anything else to talk about? I even said last week with like these little lines down here. Let's zoom in. I looked at these lines. Basically, we were consolidating here. So this was that was Saturday. This is the beginning of Sunday. So I recorded probably this morning, and then by the end of the day, it had already broken out. I actually said last Sunday that I thought it could come back down here because you created some type of Chicago CME gap. So it's still on the table. It could come back down here for one last flush. I don't think so. And then continue going on to the upside. That's a lot of ground to cover. And I just don't think people really have that ammunition anymore. But yeah, no, again, a period of consolidation before the breakout. It's on the small time frames. It's on the high time frames. Daily chart, we're above all the moving averages. Weekly chart, obviously, we're above all the moving averages. Where we are on the 4 hour, above the moving averages on the 4 hour. And matter of fact, you have this alignment right now. So 50, 100, and 200. Those are in line. 1 hour above the moving average. This is bullish. This is so bullish. Yeah. And then you're coming down here, even down to like the 15-minute chart. So yeah, it's good, man. We're sitting pretty. Look at the news for the upcoming week. Nothing. Yeah, nothing crazy. This is PCE. What's going to happen next week? I think the interest rates come out on the 31st. So next Wednesday is when stuff should get hot. So your federal funds rate comes out next Wednesday. Not this upcoming Wednesday, but the following Wednesday, the 31st. That comes out then. Non-farm payroll is 2 days later. So if not this week, next week should be very volatile, especially considering that I think they said something where traders were pretty much pricing in 100% odds of a rate cut by September. Could be as early as August. We never know. But I guess they would release the August numbers in September. So I don't think it'll be this upcoming rate cut, but very soon. Let me see. What was this? This was June. You see, it kind of went. This is the ETFs. The Bitcoin ETFs went on a down slope for a while, but you see they started to peak back up, and it's growing at this point. So the peaks are higher at this point. The overall it's overall net positive at this point. It's net positive for the ETFs. They are buying again. They're in buying season. And I think that's only going to ramp up. And some of that shift is going to go to the Ethereum ETF as well. Pretty much your gold and silver, right? Bitcoin and Ethereum. So yeah, that's what I'm talking about here. So 5 of them should be releasing on the 21st. I'm sorry, 23rd, July 23rd, which is Wednesday, I believe. Today is, oh no, I guess that's Tuesday. That's Tuesday. So you have 5 ETFs are 21 shares, Fidelity, Franklin Templeton, Invesco, and VanEck. So no BlackRock. That's interesting. Or maybe they're still in the race. They just no thanks. I don't want what you're selling. I think that's it. Yeah, I mean, pretty much just know like that's a big source of demand. Ethereum should fly. The other big thing this week is Bitcoin 2024, the Bitcoin 2024 conference, pretty much. So you have all these major names coming around. So it's going to be in Nashville, July 25th through the 27th. So this upcoming weekend. This is Michael Saylor. This is Robert Kennedy. Kathy Wood. This is Russell Brand. I mean, I don't know why he's the headliner, but hey, we support the movement. Edward Snowden and former President Donald Trump, the first president in history to endorse crypto. So I mean, whatever your political stance is, like you have to look at this as bullish, because regardless of what it is, he's now forced the other side of the aisle to at least look at it. It is now an item of discussion on the ballot. Even though it seems at this point that the election is pretty much decided, you never know what the outcome is going to be. But I do believe that Trump and also his vice president is very bullish. He's a whole coiner. He has a whole Bitcoin. His disclosures have come out that he has at least 100K worth of Bitcoin. So that's bullish. I mean, anyone who's a whole coiner at this point, like that's it's a flex. It is a flex to be a whole coiner for sure. To have one Bitcoin in the grand scheme of things, if we're looking long term, will put you in such a small percentage of people that it's you don't, the window for being able to even acquire a whole Bitcoin at this point is closing. So something that you should potentially look into. Again, not financial advice, but it is a something that is there for sure. Was there anything else? I don't think there was anything else really to talk about. Yeah, no, I don't really have anything else. So yeah, again, this has been Chris Talks Crypto. Check out any crypto-based resources on christalkscrypto.com. Join the Pulse on Crypto Discord. That's where we really do all the crypto work. I mean, this is Bitcoin. We talk about that, but we talk about really altcoin season and all the different plays where people are making like that. We talk about that where people are making crazy money. So check us out. That's pretty much it, right? So I'll see y'all on the moon. By all means, take care. Bye-bye.